You're back. Hey, we back. Welcome everyone to this episode on the Ultimate Sports TV. Guys, are the Clippers the most underachieving team ever in NBA playoff history? I'm about to tell you right after you subscribe to the Ultimate Sports TV if you aren't already. Thank you to everyone who got me to 300 and over subscribers, and we're about to hit even more. So thank you to all of you, but do yourself a favor if you're not subscribed, because this is the hot spot where you get lots and lots of tot from the Ultimate Sports TV spot. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button and join the TUS TV squad. Then like this video, share this video and YouTube channel. Then comment what you think about this topic in the comment section down below. But are the Clippers the most underachieving NBA team in NBA history? In my opinion, yes, and you could arguably put the 2004 Lakers ahead of them, but they are the most underachieving team in NBA playoff history. Now, one invalid thing that Paul George said in his press conference after the loss to the Nuggets is that he said they were not a championship or bust team this season. Now, obviously, the others on their team thought that, because Lou Williams obviously thought that in his press conference. Kawhi thought that, and Doc Rivers thought it, because he said they didn't meet their expectations. When you have two superstars teaming up to challenge LeBron and AD and the Lakers, you are not just not a championship or bust team. You are a championship or bust team. You're going for that championship, and when you build your roster like you do, of course, when you lose in the second round to the Denver Nuggets and give up a 3-1 lead, of course you are the most underachieving team in NBA history, and of course you're a championship or bust team, and this season ended for the Clippers as a bust team. When you had the offseason that they had, built to beat LeBron and the Lakers, and you fail in the second round, you are a bust. Putting your team together, knowing what your goal is at the beginning of the season, and one that you just send a message out to everyone, even this organization was thinking this is a championship or bust season, you are definitely an underachieving team. And again, since they are labeled a championship or bust team at the beginning of the season, and they had the roster that they did, and you fall being up 3-1 in the second round to the Denver Nuggets, and you lose and don't go to that anticipated matchup everyone was waiting for with the Battle of LA, and we don't get it because you failed, because you thought that you had this imaginary on and off switch that you thought you could turn on and off when you were up or down in the game. Of course you are the most underachieving team in NBA history. They just gave up the series to the Nuggets. The Clippers thought they had this on again. They thought they had this imaginary on and off switch that they could just turn on. And I blame a bunch of this on Doc Rivers for not keeping his team in check, giving them those needed pre-game speeches. And it also goes on Kawhi and Paul George, because they had horrible game sevens. They combined for, get this, 0 points in the fourth quarter of game 7 versus the Denver Nuggets. Now, they did. This is a bust. This is a bust team. They underachieved this season. They fell really short. The three people to blame are Doc Rivers, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George. When you have a team like the Clippers do, no excuse that you should give up a 3-1 lead with the roster that you have to the Denver Nuggets to not go on to the Western Conference Finals. Doc should have never let his team have this slack mentality where they think they have this imaginary on and off switch where they can turn it on whenever they want. And again, Kawhi and Paul George should have never been breaking shots or have 0 points in the fourth quarter, or combined for 24 points in all in the whole game in game 7, while Jamal Murray dropped 40 points on you. When you have the offseason like the Clippers do, when you know that they are looking towards LeBron and the Lakers to say, hey, we're coming for rings, and you fall in the second round up 3-1 to the Denver Nuggets, and you lose when the Denver Nuggets come back from 3-1 deficit, and you have the roster that you do, of course they're the most underachieving team ever. Kudos to Denver, but the Clippers are the bust of the season. It could be the 76ers with the roster that had, but the Clippers are the bust of the season. And one thing I would describe them as this season, they were just all bark and no bite. You had Patrick Beverley saying whatever, as he always does, but put up stinker numbers in this series. You had them talking about Damian Lillard. You had Marcus Morris talking and trying to hurt Luka Doncic. And you had Montrezl Harrell talking to Luka Doncic. This team had horrible playoffs. That's it. They're the most underachieving team ever, especially with the circumstances that was brought into this season. The Clippers, Kawhi, you should have never let them fall in that situation. And for a guy like Kawhi, who could have the title of the best player in the league, which I don't think he is, I think it is LeBron, but when he has a title like that, where you look at him last year and he got his second championship, and you trying to say, hey, Kawhi is the best player in the league, you don't let your team fall like that if you're the best player in the league. When you have the players like the Clippers did, you do not fall like that. And that's my take on it. The Clippers are the most underachieving team ever in NBA history. This is the Ranker of the Ultimate Sports TV, signing off, and that's all I got to say.